Hello everyone, James in 8532 here. You might be wondering, Eddie, it's only Wednesday. You usually do these on Fridays, Saturdays, or Sundays? Well, here's the deal. Don't worry about the tapping in the background. But here's the deal. If I were to keep by that schedule for forever, keep going, take it seriously and all that, I would have enough customs to show off to cover 3 months of content. 3 months. You hear me? 3 months. So I've decided sometimes I'm going to do Wednesday content where I make a video like this and I upload it on Wednesday if I have the time or energy or whatever. And this week I happen to. And if I don't end up doing it on Saturday or Sunday this week, I apologize for that. But today, we're looking at Edward the Blue Engine. Now, I said in the last video with Gordon and Henry that I only had one more showcase to do before I completed the main Steam team and we can return to the other characters. Well, I did. Back when I made Gordon and Henry's video last week, or whatever day that was, I did only have Edward to show off. But then I thought, it'd be really cool if I made Donald and Douglas. So expect those guys later this week on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. This weekend. Yeah. So I lied. Kind of. Well, at the time, I was telling the truth. Okay. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about Edward. So Edward was made using the exact same, Molly wheels from the last Edward. But here's the difference. The last Edward, if you'll recall, had a very rough footplate here. And if I can uncouple it. No, I can't because I don't like my engines being uncoupleable. No. Earlier in the year, Edward had this rough part in the front of his footplate, and then he had the side here. And I got rid of that because yes, he looked more like a K2, but it didn't really look like Edward per se. So much as it did, it wasn't my ideal Edward. So I figured, okay, well, I've remade James, Gordon, Henry, Thomas, Percy several times. I might as well remake Edward. If I'm not happy with him, and I wasn't, so I did, and here we are. So you might be wondering, well, okay, if Edward's not based off of K2, what is he based off? He's based off of a D44. I know, a weird basis to base him off of, because in nowhere ever does he really look like a D44. The only thing the D44 really has was the long neck, the height of the boiler. And, yeah. But, Edward, this. Also his cab on the K2 version was, weird. It was, slanted on one side. Yeah. Also, his face was off. So, anyway. I took that. I redid the cab. This time, you can sort of maybe see it, not really. I took corrugated cardboard and then built that up to the shape and then took softer cardboard and wrapped that around it to get the smoothness of it. Yeah, smooth. Smooth criminal. Anyway, yeah. Then I proceeded to make the boiler, which is different from most of the boilers I make because I didn't just cut a paper towel roll and made it circular like that size. I took it and then I wrapped it in the same soft cardboard that I used to go over the cab with. I wrapped that so it has a nice smoothness to it. His smoke box. His smoke box is the most complicated part. So if I remove Edward's face here. Oh no, I'm removing his face. Sorry, I had to. Okay. You'll see that the boiler here doesn't, it like ends sooner than the actual smoke box stops. That is because I initially made the boiler a little too short. Well, I made it too long, and then I made it way too short. And then I'm like, okay, screw it. We're just gonna build the smoke box like onto it as a 3D part. And so I did, and here it is. Yes. So I did, and I put a little piece in front. Just so it's just enough for the face to stick to. I didn't cover it all the way up like I did Gordon and Henry. Just because there really wasn't a need to. And besides, now, with his smoke box having this hangover bit, when I put Edward's face on, it kind of covers the sides of the face. Which I am working on a method to cover the corrugation for the side of the face. I can't use soft cardboard because, like, it doesn't work like that. I mean, it does, but, like, it would make the face look different. Like, they would have this weird ring around it, and I don't know about that. So, I'm working on it, guys. I'm working on it. I swear, I'm working on it. But, anyway. Edward was also given arches. Arches this time are completed, rather than the other one, where it just kind of ended right here. And his ones nearest to his cab are actually built into his cab this time, which I actually prefer the look of now. Yeah. His buffer beam, his space, where I had to cut it because Molly has weird arches on her arches. I cut that and I made it out with the softer cardboard, but it wouldn't stay still, so I glued like a bit of a toothpick on there. Yeah, so it stays. The dome is just clay, like everything else. The funnel is just a bit of straw cut off and glued, of course. The safety valve thing up here is actually, again, just a little bit of straw cut off and then filled in with hot glue, actually. That's how I'm able to give it the top. It's not smooth, but I like it, so yeah. His tender is just a Fowler tender with soft cardboard wrapped around it and then painted up. Yeah. Speaking of the paint, let's talk livery. Now, when I showed this to my mother, because why wouldn't I? She said it was sort of messy. I don't really get it, because I don't think she understands the concept of weathering. Whoops. Yeah. But I gave him the same blue as Thomas, which I know goes against my individuality rule from way back when I started these models. But I'm like, who cares? Because, like, maybe this was, like, the early day livery. Like, back in the day of the 1920s, 1923 or 21, whenever, there was only Thomas, Edward, and a few other engines. And Thomas and Edward were the only ones actually bought by the Northwestern. So they were given what the planned Northwestern livery was to be. And Henry came along and screwed with that whole system. Anyway, yeah. You may notice also he has the gold lining, and you might be saying, dude, I thought you said that was only for express engines. Edward's not an express engine. Well, he kind of is. He was at one point. Back when the railway started, he was given the express because he was the biggest engine there. Because, like, Thomas wasn't going to be able to do it, that's for sure. So Edward had to do it, of course. So he gets the red and the gold lining. Which, yeah, there are a few bumpy spots, but I like it. It came out pretty okay. Yeah. I did keep the old-timey sort of where the numbers on the cab and actually the logos on the bunker that only Edward ever had, which I like a lot more, actually. Well, I like it for Edward, because it makes him... He's the old time livery for an old timey engine, and it works for him. Yeah. The NW and the 2, well, the NW was done with just pure marker, which, like, ooh, it's hot. It's a nice NW. But the 2 was done the same way I did Thomas's number and James's number. Took a piece of tape, painted it red, and then colored gold in on the inside to make a 2, and then cut it out and stuck it on the side of him. Oh, also, I didn't mention this, but his, like, little things on the side, which I love these things. Hate making them, but I love them. Are just little bits of straw filled in with hot glue, and yeah. So that has been. Oh. Also, he has the silver buffers like Gordon. I didn't think he should get the golden around the front of his footplate, but yeah. But once I finished painting him, I went all around him, dry brushing coal dust over him. Oh, I forgot to mention, another old-timey feature is that he has the lining around the front of the cab, as you can see. I like that lining a lot. Yeah. Now that I'm looking at it, I'm thinking about giving him black over the wheel arches. I don't know. No, probably not. Okay. I'm sorry. So, I think that's all I have to talk about with Edward. Yeah. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Again, keep in mind for the Wednesday videos now, instead of once a week, I may upload twice a week for a while. They probably won't be like my forever channel schedule. It'll probably just be until I have most of my customs showed off and I don't know what to do anymore. Probably just be a little bit of that. Not like I'm out of customs to make. At least not yet. Trust me, there are many more to come. But, yeah. Oh, I didn't mention why I redid his face. I redid his face just because the old one looked a little wonky. And, like, some of the new faces, like Percy's or Daisy's or Boco's or Ducks or Murdoch's, you get it, don't have the black line around their eyes anymore. I have to go back and fix that on some engines. Yeah. So, I did give him, like, the side things, like, wrinkles next to his smile. Just because whenever I do that on, like, drawings or something, it makes him look old. And, like, Edward is old. So I thought, why not? And it doesn't, like, take away from any of the model. It's, like, nice. Yeah. Anyway, guys, that's all, I'm fairly certain. If I forget to mention something, you'll probably hear it before I actually end the video. But that's all for now. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.